An order to the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development to get their affairs in order at the Mpumalanga High Court. This after the Department of Labour and Employment found several defects in the court building. The court was officially opened in 2019. 5 years later, the court building has been found to not meet the suitable standards. The Labour Department had ordered the court building to close, but operations still continue.
We had some complaints, several complaints, and we therefore conducted an occupational health and safety inspection to test the compliance of the building with some of our offerings of the law. And the reason why we ended up prohibiting the building is because the ceiling is collapsing, and this poses immediate danger to anyone who is in and around that area. Those that work there and those that would come there to access some kind of service. We also found that there's poor plumbing work was done. The pipes are leaking, and it's a continuous leaking. Because of that, it is damaging the structure of the building. So that structure is really compromised.
The Department of Justice and Constitutional Development acknowledges the report by the Labour Department.
The prohibition notice was talking on those aspects that I've mentioned, but they've also said that the other prohibition was to say, please engage a structural engineer to look at the building and make sure or convince us that this building is sound. So to that extent, what we have done, we have engaged with the Department of Public Works. They've come through, they have inspected the building, and they've assured us, but without saying that we're still waiting for the report that will be provided today. So as soon as that report is provided, we will then say to the Department of Labour that the structure is indeed sound. And then the other aspect was the HVAC. The HVAC, which is the aircon and the ventilation system. Department of Labour already 2 weeks back, they'd already contracted a company to come and service the aircon and get the aircons to work in this building. So any of those offices that are affected, that do not have windows, that do not have air conditioning working on them, have been evacuated. So colleagues have been placed in other offices that have been vacant in this building. So the inspector who came here also clarified the issue to us that they are giving us 5 days to deal with those issues and provide them with remedial actions that we will be putting in place. We submitted, they responded, they said they needed more information, we have resubmitted. So the only issue that is outstanding currently is the issue of the report that we are awaiting from the structural engineer.
The Department of Justice and Constitutional Development was issued with a certificate of occupation in 2019 for the operation of the court. According to Ramatikiti, they are still working on meeting the conditions set out in the certificate of occupation. Nhlanhla Jele, SABC News, Mbombela, Mpumalanga.